Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are breaking down how to factorize quadratic expressions in the simplest way possible. If this topic has ever confused you, don't stress. I promise by the end of this video it's going to feel way easier than you think. It might feel a little bit tricky at first, but I can guarantee you that at the end you will see that it's actually straightforward and simple. Let's dive in and solve together. Alright, so our first example here is x squared minus 5x plus 6. X squared minus 5x plus 6. The big question is, how do we split this into two brackets? How do we split this quadratic expression into two brackets? The first thing to do is to replace that middle term, minus 5x, with two numbers. We want to try to replace minus 5x with two numbers. Here's the trick. We want two numbers that multiply to give the last number, which is 6, but also add up to give the middle number, which is minus 5. So let's think. What two numbers can we multiply to give 6? We've got 1 and 6, right? Yeah, we've also got 2 and 3. Now, which of these pairs can we add up to get negative 5? Between 1 and 6 and 2 and 3, which of these pairs can we add up to get negative 5? I think it's the second pair. That's 2 and 3. If I make them both negative, let's say minus 2 and minus 3, that works, because minus 2 times minus 3 is positive 6, and minus 2 plus minus 3 is negative 5. Perfect. Now that we've gotten the two numbers we're looking for, we'll split the middle term using those two numbers, which means that instead of having x squared minus 5x plus 6, we'll rewrite the minus 5x as minus 2x minus 3x. That gives us x squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. X squared minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. Next step is to factor by grouping. Group the first two and the last two terms together. So we have x squared minus 2x, put them into one group, and we have 3x plus 6, put them into the second group. Now from the first group, which is x squared minus 2x, we'll factor out x, because x is common in that group. So we have x into bracket x minus 2. Also from the second group, we factor out minus 3. So we have minus 3 into bracket x minus 2. Now you will notice that in both brackets, we have a common term. We have a common bracket, which is x minus 2. And that's our green light. So we'll factor that out, and we'll have x minus 2 into bracket x minus 3. So we can now write the quadratic expression x squared minus 5x plus 6 as x minus 2 into bracket x minus 3. That's our factorized form, and that's it. We've been able to factorize our first quadratic expression. Nice and simple. Okay, so we have the second example. Second example is 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. Now, the first thing to do is let's factor it the easy way. Quick one. Let's compare what we have, with the standard quadratic expression form. Let's compare 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 with the ax squared plus bx plus c. If we compare it with the ax squared plus bx plus c, we see that a is 2, b is 3, and c is 1. A is 2, b is 3, and c is 1. So ac is 2 times 1, which is 2, while b is 3. So we need two numbers that multiply to give 2 and add to give 3. We need two numbers that multiply to give 2 and add to give 3. It's actually 1 and 2, because 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Perfect. Now we will now split the middle term using those numbers, which means instead of 2x squared plus 3x plus 1, we are going to rewrite 3x as 2x plus x. That gives us 2x squared plus 2x plus x plus 1. Next step is to factor by grouping. Group the first two and the last two terms together. So we have 2x squared plus 2x into one group plus x plus 1 into the second group. From the first group, factor out 2x. So we have 2x into bracket x plus 1. Also from the second group, factor out 1. So we have 1 into bracket x plus 1. Now you notice the common brackets x plus 1 from both groups. That's our green light. Factor it out and get x plus 1 into brackets 2x plus 1. So the factorization of 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 is x plus 1 into brackets 2x plus 1, and that's it. Alright, let's finish strong with this one. This is the third example. 4y squared minus 7y minus 2. This looks a bit tougher, but trust me, it follows the same steps. The first step, multiply the first coefficient by the last one. That is 4 times minus 2, which is minus 8. Now we need two numbers that multiply to give minus 8 and add up to give the middle term, which is minus 7. We need two numbers that multiply to give minus 8 and add up to give the middle term, which is minus 7. Think about it. What could it be? I think it's minus 8 and plus 1, because minus 8 times 1 is minus 8 and minus 8 plus 1 is minus 7. Perfect. So we'll split the middle term using those two numbers. Instead of writing minus 7y, we'll write it as minus 8y plus y. That makes our expression to become 4y squared minus 8y plus y minus 2. Now let's group them. We're going to group them in twos. The first group will be 4y squared minus 8y, and the second group will be y minus 2. From the first group, factor out 4y. That gives us 4y into brackets y minus 2. And from the second group, there's not so much to take out except plus 1. So we get plus 1 out and we'll be left with y minus 2. See the common bracket again. Both groups have y minus 2. So we factor that out to give us y minus 2 into brackets 4y plus 1. And that's it. That's the factorization of 4y squared minus 7y minus 2. It's y minus 2 into brackets 4y plus 1. Yes, and that's a wrap. We've cracked 3 quadratic expressions together. If this video helped you, hit the like button and share with a friend who could use a math boost. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. See you in the next one. Bye.